Wimbledon 2024 is finally upon us. Calling all of the action for 9 is Jelena Dokic, who joins us now. Good morning to you, Jelena. Alex Bolt, he is the talk of town after a qualifying performance which even surprised himself, and now his mum's embarking on her first overseas trip to watch him play at the championships. What a special story.
Oh, unbelievable story, because Alex Bolt was actually an alternate, so he wasn't even in the qualifying, and he was just about to go and grab something to eat in the player restaurant when he heard his name being called by the referee, and they said, someone's pulled out, you've got 10 minutes to get ready. Can you get yourself ready to go and play? He did, and even in the last round of qualifying, he was 2 sets to love down and a match point down. He comes through and he qualifies. Absolutely unbelievable. Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity, and now his mum is flying over to actually see him play for the first time. So an incredible story.
Such a great story, Jelena. And bonjour, Sava, she's the reigning women's champion, and the women's draw always throw in a few surprises, don't they? So let us know who's your favourite.
It's a tough one actually this year, especially for the women, because Swiatek is so dominant, especially on the clay, like we know, and even hard court as well. But grass is not her favourite surface, and this year she hasn't almost even made it a priority, because she hasn't played a lead-up tournament on grass, because she said she's focusing on the Paris Olympics, which are on clay. So we'll see what happens with Iga. I do think that she's adjusting to grass in her game and starting to add a few things, like coming forward, coming to the net, using the slice on grass, and the way that she serves. She's got a bigger serve now to help her on grass. I still wouldn't put her as a favourite, though. I think that Sabalenka is a favourite, potentially, together with Rybakina. Sabalenka's been the most consistent player at Grand Slams in the last 2 years and won 2 Australian Open titles without losing a set. So I'm really looking to see what she'll be able to do, because for me, Sabalenka really has a massive game that can beat anyone on grass, and I'm tipping her to potentially win this Wimbledon.
Yes, Jelena, you mentioned moving to grass at the All England Club. The world number 1, the Australian Open champion, Yannick Sinner, goes across. Can he transfer that form to grass?
Absolutely. He's been the most dominant player in the last 8 months on the tour, better than Djokovic, even Alcaraz, who won Roland Garros, but Sinner's been the most consistent. At one stage, even winning 94% of his matches that he's played. That is the dominance of Federer, Nadal and Djokovic, like in their best days. So even though he lost to Alcaraz in the semis of the French, he won the Australian Open. Grass is the one that will suit his game a lot more than Alcaraz. He's got a big game, flatter hitting. He moves so well. He's got a bigger serve than Alcaraz. So now coming in also as the world number 1 is something different. The pressure is different. The feeling of going into a Grand Slam as being the world number 1. But I am backing Sinner actually to do well and to win Wimbledon. He's my favourite.
And Jelena, during the week, our tennis team was named for the Olympics, led by the Demon and Tom Lanovich. How different is it playing the Olympics compared to, say, a Grand Slam?
It's different for us tennis players, because we actually, unlike a lot of other sports, don't train a year to get to the World Championships or 4 years to get to the Olympics. We have a year that's 10 months long with barely an off-season. So for us, the majority of the time you focus on the Grand Slams, but the Olympics are massive. I know my experience in the Olympics is my highlight. Like they say, once an Olympian, always an Olympian. We've got 9 players going to the Olympics, but the tough thing for tennis players is going from clay to grass, again to clay, and then to hard courts in the US. There's only 5 weeks between Wimbledon and the US Open. So you've got to take care of your body, the schedule as well. It's tough, and I think that it will be literally on the day and the tournament who will play well in Paris. But amazing to have 9 players for us to go to Paris. Winning an Olympic medal is something that, despite being a tennis player and having dreams to do well at Grand Slams, is something you dream about. So the Olympics are massive.
Jelena, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Plenty of sleepless nights ahead for tennis fans, and you can catch all the action from the All England Club live and free right here on 9.